Hey, how's it going, everyone? It is Gajeel. We're back with another chapter of Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest, chapter 199, Indestructible Resolve. And the cover page for this chapter has Gajeel and Levy on it, which I think is honestly just a super sweet cover with the two of them. I really like that Gajeel's guild mark is like super prominent on this. And who would have thought that one day we would get a cover like this with Gajeel on it? Especially if you go back to like when he was first introduced. Like, would you have ever thought that Gajeel was going to end up on a cover like this? So the chapter picks up with Loxus and Natsu kind of talking with the rest of the Fairy Tail team and planning to go assault Alderaan so that they can stop dragonizing and then turn everyone back, which is pretty much the same exact conversation that happened at the very end of last chapter. The part I do like about them kind of revisiting this conversation is the very end of it, when Loxus and Natsu and Fortune are just about to leave everyone, and they're like, okay, get the portal ready, we'll get going. I think it's actually super sweet that Loxus thinks of Natsu as a little brother to him, and I think it also just shows a lot of development for Loxus, because at the beginning of the series, he would have definitely never said that. And honestly, he was super against the like family ties and the guild bonds. I think that's shown also how much he's grown throughout the whole series. So this is where you cut over to Alderaan along with all the Fairy Tail B fights. And you do get a shot of like all the defeated demons already with the books. And I love that Elfman notices that they're all, demon books. And the second that gets pointed out, he's like, oh dude, my sister is about to have the greatest time ever. She's about to get such a power up. And I love how like excited he is that like she's gonna have like this great meal on these demon books. At the same time is when Alderaan starts shaking, which I think leads to probably the best joke in this chapter, to where Juvia is so out of her mind that she's thinking that this shaking is because Gray is so madly in love with Juvia that like the whole earth is practically shaking for her. Meanwhile, you have Melody in the background like, girl, you are probably insane. And this is where we finally pick back up with Gajeel fighting Zero. And I like that Gajeel's already kind of psyched up on this because he's like, oh man, the dragon's kind of mad, but I beat him once before, we can do this again, and it was an amazing story last time. And he's just having this nice like small talk with Zero just out of freaking nowhere. I guess you also get the confirmation on whether Gajeel and Levy are married. I guess they're not. I kind of honestly thought they would have been at this point, especially with the time skip and everything. Kind of shocked that didn't happen. But he has this whole new resolve now with him saying he knows what it's like to live for someone else and not just be super selfish like he used to be. And him and Zero are pretty much at odds here because he's like, man, you go on about destroying stuff all the dang time and maybe you should try protecting something for once. Zero isn't going to like that. He just likes to destroy things. That's like his thing. And he very much does not like that because he's literally saying, I'll destroy your body, chop it up into bits, deliver it to Levy, and then I'm going to go kill her and chop her up into bits. And the second you threaten Levy, oh gosh, Gajeel, he became a different man. He literally just absolutely smacks Zero the hardest he possibly can. Very mad on his face there. So much so to where when you actually get a close-up of his face, he definitely like pulled off the scary Urza. And you don't threaten Levy with him around. And honestly, that's what Zero just wanted, because he seemed so excited that he got Gajeel pissed off and he got like the evil phantom eyes once again. And honestly, those two are going back and forth quite a bit, and just kind of, I'm not the same person that I was, and that conversation again. We've kind of had that before with Gajeel, especially with his fight against Rogue in the Grand Magic Games, to where they brought up Phantom, and he proved he was different from then. But if any of you have thought that we would suddenly get a Zero backstory in 2025 of all times, I guess you are getting that, because we got a Zero backstory flashback to where you find out that he had 5 children and they were all killed in a raid by bandits, and he goes to see their bodies, which wasn't a great idea because they're so dang mutilated that it just kind of breaks him to where he goes and hunts down the bandits that killed his family, and that's where you get Zero forming because he had such fun killing them to where he gave him pleasure to where he eventually, became Zero as we know it, and then he eventually found 5 more children, aka the Irration Seis, and that's how I guess the Irration Seis was formed. One quick thing with him like picking out the Seis as his children, they got everyone, I would say, fine, but what the heck happened to Richard? Because oh my gosh, that was like not how he looked as a kid, especially since we know what he looks like as a kid, because there's the flashback with him during the Seis arc. He literally looks like a descendant of Ichiya. I get that they were probably trying to make him look like more the adult form now, but like that was not how he looked. And then you also get the origin for Brain, to where he used the kids to seal away Zero. Kind of self-explanatory there because that was shown off in the Seis arc, which is where we go back to Gajeel and Zero's fight, with Gajeel saying, you can change, you don't have to be this killer that destroys everything, like you're wanting to be a parent. Well dude, be a parent and don't destroy everything. And Gajeel hits him with a karmic demon iron god sword, which honestly I didn't think was gonna put down Zero, but oh my gosh, that literally I guess puts him down. And the final page of this chapter is him falling over and Gajeel saying, you can just change again. And with that, it is the end of this chapter, so my thoughts. If this is truly how Zero goes down, this was honestly my most anticipated fight out of these Seis and demon fights, and this one was really short, and oh my gosh, I don't feel like Zero would go down that easily, especially since he's had pretty major fights in the past. I do feel like there could be a part 2 to this fight to prolong it a bit and have him not be immediately one-shotted, because dang dude, if that's actually how he goes down, that was really fast. But honestly, very short chapter. It went by really fast, and honestly not too much happened. Honestly, if Zero is fully defeated, kind of a bummer way for him to go, because I was expecting that fight to be a lot more epic. So leave your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and this is Gajeel signing out.